Yes, guys, we are finally back. We finally made it to the very first and only reaction I'll be jumping on this here Friday edition YouTube reaction vibrations. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to this here Brbptv. Be real, be positive television. I know you guys did not see me yesterday because everything was down, man. Everything was down for the brothers and sisters. All my technologies, well, the main technologies were down, man. But we are back up today. Big up to the creator of the heaven and earth, and of course the individuals out there who definitely have me back up in this place. It was frustrating, let me tell you. To do another reaction, some situation about cinnamon and this kind of things there, guys. If you want me to do a reaction on that, let me know that in the comment box below. I'll do it on the Mr. Licks reaction, guys. That's one of the things I would have done for Friday edition. But I figured, hey, let me just free up the scene right there, brothers and sisters. Welcome, brothers and sisters. Don't forget to do what? Click the like button. I would appreciate it. And subscribe, brothers and sisters. Subscribe and turn on that post notification so you can get the latest vibrations as they tend to come through right there. Big up on yourself for definitely being a part of these vibrations. And without further ado, let us get into the vibrations right there. Of course, we are seeing none other than Mr. Henry Shillingford. And of course, he's showing us something. What exactly is he showing us, brothers and sisters? This video was created when? May 29th.
Okay,
so let us see what he has to say in that regard right there.
Garbage that is just through.
Oh, garbage.
This garbage has been in front of here for more than 3 weeks.
So wait, more than 3 years or 3 weeks? Am I hearing this correctly? He said more than 3 years or 3 weeks?
Okay, so look at all this garbage that is just through, and this garbage has been in front of here for more than 3 weeks.
I think he's saying 3 weeks, brothers and sisters. Don't the garbage individuals see these things are here? Who exactly threw these things outside? It seems like this thing were old, and they probably renovated this thing to put new galvanized, and they just put it right there, you know? Might as well just leave it there, and hey, the garbage people come and collect it. I don't think garbage people collect aluminum stuff. This is why this thing is right there. And of course, this thing has to be in a plastic bag, I believe it is, for them to pick it up. But apparently the individuals were not informed in that regard right there. Very interesting times, brothers and sisters. And this has been out there for 3 weeks. When tourists are coming in and they see the nature island, they turn and they see, ooh, is this part of nature? Is this part of nature? Interesting.
I'm baffled at the idea.
Baffled indeed.
We continue.
At least there are parts of Roseau that looks clean. This looks clean right there, brothers and sisters. Kudos to the individuals that are cleaning up this area. But it seems like they forget, or not necessarily forget, the individuals who are in charge of the garbage that we just seen. Apparently thought basically just leave it out there and maybe somebody will come and pick it up. You know? That's interesting.
We continue our stroll.
Roseau looks clean. Roseau looks clean, so that's good.
All right. Let's just.
There's a few bushes around here, but hey, I guess oxygen is needed.
Do this right here, as we're here. Continue our stroll.
Worthless.
Right here, and you'll find this is an empty building. Right? The building on the further corner from here is empty. The one across the street from it is empty. And you have this building here, which is empty.
So, this building is empty. Did the people in charge of these buildings pass away or something? Don't they have relatives? Don't they have family members? Do they even know that these people are gone? What is that? What exactly is happening, brothers and sisters? This is a city, man. This is Dominica's capital city we're talking about right here. And we have empty buildings that could be used, you know, potentially to do something of that sort. But what do I know?
Right? We have this major structure, which is really just the second floor that is rented by the...
I think is this one he's talking about, or this one. A major structure would be this one. And I'm guessing this one is empty. Is it empty? I see. This looks like, if it was empty, I guess these things would be rolled down. Maybe it just has a first and second floor. What exactly is this building used for, brothers and sisters, those of you in Roseau? What exactly is this building for?
The National Telecommunications Regulatory, but this entire building is, 20% filled.
So it's 20% filled right there. Can people afford the rent of these buildings? If that is the case, if they're renting the buildings, can people afford? Are things so terribly in Dominica, brothers and sisters, that people cannot afford the building to be able to rent, or there's not much of an entrepreneurial spirit. There might be an entrepreneurial spirit, you know, but for there to be an entrepreneurial spirit that strives, you need spending power. The economy also needs to be doing well. If the economy is not doing well, then no matter what kind of entrepreneurial spirit you have, brothers and sisters, it'll die. So I guess people cannot afford this building, so they rather leave it empty. I think that's quite foolish. If the owners are, if you're charging $2,000 for a building and you're not getting it rent, might as well bring down the price to $1,000. Maybe I'm just throwing figures out there, you know, maybe make it affordable for people, because since, you know, entrepreneurship in Dominica is one of the most hardest things you can ever do at present. Why? Because there's no spending power, there's very little population, money is not circulating, brothers and sisters, as it should, and of course, I say population going down, okay.
I mean, we can go, the corner building is empty, and the one across the street is a ruin, is a classic building.
So there's a number of buildings that are empty in Roseau, brothers and sisters. This is the capital city where you think that business is thriving in a place. No? The capital of Dominica has a set of empty buildings.
Okay, this is the main street of the capital. This is
on the main street. Okay. That's okay, something else.
Come around the corner now. And you know, all of this is a sign of what is the economy? What is going on in this?
It's dead. It's dead. And it's interesting that I heard that the Prime Minister is saying that it is Dominicans that are taking away money from the Dominicans. I've heard, I did not see it myself, but if you guys want me to react to that video, let me know that in the comment box below. I think he did a press release when he made that statement. The individuals who are there are attached to my WhatsApp. If you can, send me that video and I will check it out myself, brothers and sisters. But I heard that the Prime Minister is saying that Dominicans are the ones taking away monies from the, or taking away the food from Dominicans' mouth. In other words, when he's the one receiving about $64,000 to $70,000 a month. There was a photo that I saw, brothers and sisters, of what's his name again? Thompson Fountain, brothers and sisters. And I think Thompson Fountain was making a mention of that, indicating how does a prime minister have to be getting about $65,000 a month? And then he equated that to the normal average Dominican, and it would take about 5 years. 5 years for a Dominican to raise that kind of money that the Prime Minister is receiving just to stay in a house. Brothers and sisters, some years ago, I was saying that the Prime Minister is going to make himself a king. And what does a king have? A king has subjects, a king has servants, a king is pretty much being taken care of, and that king can pretty much do whatever they want to do. True or false? Yeah, help me know if I'm on the right track. Isn't that the same thing Skerrit is doing? He has servants, he has just name it. He can do whatever he wants. He even made a joke and say, why don't the people just make me do whatever I want? While he doing whatever he want, he telling the people to. That is what you call the audacity. When you can literally tell people what you're doing in their face and making jokes with them, and they sit down giggling, gee. I will never for the life of me forget when Reginald stood up in Grand Bay and says he doesn't care what happens to the 5 million, is it 5 million or $500,000? He said he doesn't care what happens to the money, and the people of Grand Bay, that money would be beneficial to, stood up and were clapping, brothers and sisters. Tell me something is not wrong with Dominicans. Tell me. It's the capital city with a lot of empty buildings. One of the main streets of Roseau, brothers and sisters, surrounded by empty buildings. And all you don't think that something is wrong while the Prime Minister comes and make press conference and saying it is Dominicans that are taking away monies from Dominicans, while he himself is completely removing monies. And keep in mind, the $64,000 to $70,000 he receiving every month is not his salary, you know. That is just for his rent and to take care of him. Not true. 5 years it taking some of all you majority of folks to reach that kind of money he's getting in just 1 month. I remember some time back before he got a mansion, brothers and sisters, Scared was telling people, I don't need a mansion. I don't need to be staying in a big house. I don't need to be staying in a big house. After Lennox them was exposing that he's going to be moving into a big house, Scared said, but what are you doing in big house now? Few months later, Reginald come and say, oh, he has done well for Dominica. He can stay in the house. Really? What well you have done destroying? Look at Roseau 2024. Is up we going now? No wonder Scared said the other day that he want people to make children. Not true. He don't say, boy, I'll give you $5,000 a month, or $5,000 a year, or $5,000 bi-annually. For nothing of that sort. Hey, just go and make children, man. Go and make children so your children can grow up and then serve me. Not true? Okay. This is what Dominica has come to. And the man coming on stage and tell people his Dominicans are taking away more food from the Dominicans or money from Dominicans. The man increasing all sorts of prices while putting more debt on Dominicans' back. But Dominicans cannot even save more, brothers and sisters. They have to save less. If they can save at all. I remember a lady in Portsmouth meet me and say, Miss Telix, but if you say I can save $5 for the month. That's what the lady tell me, if I can save $5. Oh my God in heaven. If I can save $5, I am happy, because she's living from foot to mouth, brothers and sisters. Not even hand to mouth again, you know. Straight foot to mouth, brothers and sisters. Can you imagine us working just to pay bills? And your prime minister that you vote for is telling you that it is you who is taking away monies from your fellow comrades. Look at Roseau right now, brothers and sisters. Look at Roseau.
And this is a capital city. This is not an outlying town. This is your capital city. So you go around the corner just from where we're traveling, and we see a massive, one of the biggest buildings, because a bank has moved out.
Bro, that's one of the banks that could not sustain themselves in Dominica and decide, hey, I have to leave. It is not sustainable for me to be here, brothers and sisters. You do not live in a country that is sustainable. You do not live. How on earth a bank, brothers and sisters, a bank is choosing to leave Dominica because of lack of sustainability. And when you come and tell these people these things, they will say, but Mr. Alex, what are you talking about then? Look the evidence, we. Look the evidence, we. But you're not seeing it, look it down there. I was pointing on you, use the evidence, but look it down there.
This was the major bank.
You know what I used to come and get in that bank, brothers and sisters? When I wanted US dollars, I used to come to that bank. I used to come to that bank to get US dollars. I didn't need to go to Teller or whatever. Then people had all this stuff there, and you think that would be a good thing. When tourists come, they can utilize that bank, because that's where the US is. I guess you can get euros inside. I remember seeing there's euros. I think you could get there as well. You can get euros, EC, and US dollars there, brothers and sisters. You could do that. That bank is gone. It's gone. But you know what gone means? Vamos. That is the same word in a different language. Disappear, brothers and sisters. Vanish.
For maybe, 100 years of existence.
Boy, this is the capital city, when we talk about business closing down elsewhere, brothers and sisters, around the place, the capital city where things are supposed to be striving, the capital city is closed down. Empty buildings, people cannot afford the rent. If they can, they would not want to go and afford the rent because they would not make much money, brothers and sisters. This is the life that Dominicans want. When they constantly clapping, the other day they wasn't singing no about Marina. In the Marina, I think they were singing, forward we go. Forward we go, man. Forward, brothers and sisters. You going full speed in reverse ball in you forward you going. Brothers, boy.
That's clearly another problem, like this kind of loud music is just constant. So we have this here. And then
So that's some more buildings that are closed down. are empty. You know what? It would be interesting. It seems like he's doing this a bit later on. I'm not sure exactly when this video was created, but based on the angle of the sun, I'm guessing somewhere in the afternoon. And this was actually on a work day, most likely Wednesday, brothers and sisters. And you're thinking midweek things will be, you know. Boy.
I'm not sure upstairs is being used, but this entire building.
So that's another building that is empty and closed down in Roseau. Is it must stop? So we have a breeding area for mosquito. Okay.
Another one, most of this building is upstairs is not being used.
Well, it's very clear. I mean, you could tell that the building upstairs they're not using.
Or it could be
Or parts of it is not using.
maybe for warehousing. Kudos to these people who have redone an ancient building and really, they redid it and they got wisdom.
There's the revamp that area over there.
Come along.
Fresh market over there.
This is the court. The original High Court is no longer the High Court. The High Court has been moved.
So it
But
moved.
right across the street, again, we have a ruin on the right side.
Oh,
Yes, you will be able to
well, another empty building. That's progress. Progress.
more. I heard my voice was carried as we go around the corner.
Look at another building behind you, in front of you
The
there.
extent of its ruinous state. And then right across the oblique from it, next to the court also, we have this other ruin, which is just a stone wall. But it actually has
But
been
at
sitting
least the good news is, at
here in the
least,
same from it.
let me show you. At
Next
least
to
the good
court
news
also,
is,
we have this other ruin, which is just a stone.
the good news is they put different colors there. You know, a little ambience. No.
Walls.
It have a tent. So when you're in the heat in Roseau, you can go and shelter. It'll be raining. You can go and shelter there. No? Progress. Progress, brothers and sisters. Nice looking, colorful thing. You can sit down there, of course. And sit down there. I guess you have to wait. When your court case is outside, you have to be. So that's a little, you know, progress. They didn't have a ceremony for that, no? They forget to have a ceremony for that? They should have ceremony for that. Not true.
That it actually has been sitting here in the same position for over 50, maybe 20 years. Nothing being done. And then you just continue here.
As nasty for one,
Get an idea to show you where we are in the city. This is one block or half a block from your main boulevard of the city.
So yeah, the tents. Don't forget the tents, guys. The tents on Bayfront.
You have
Yes.
this design of tent.
Tents. We in Egypt. We in Egypt, and we are tent. What? If you need a tent for your house, you can ask them to borrow it. They might tell you no, but we have tent. We have tent, you know.
You don't understand as it takes away the whole purpose of the boulevard, which is to have a sea view
Yes.
and to have the airflow coming off the sea.
That's why they created the bayfront. They created the bayfront so that people can come and relax on the bayfront. But we have tent. It hot, you know, guys. It hot. So maybe, you know, they needed some shelter. I tried my best to see how I can help out that situation right there. It hot. Maybe inside the tent maybe it have fan, you know. So when the blazing heat come on you, brothers, you run inside the tent and get some fan. you know, it daft fun inside there. Okay, I just, you know, hope. Wishful thinking.
This is totally blocked the view as well as debris.
Pretty
And
much.
it's made a whole wall.
Melissa design. That's the design of the technology major. Not IT, Melissa Gandu. IT, information technology, in the school she graduated, that had the completely different gown that she was wearing when she graduated.
I mean, 10 or so would be fine, but a whole wall of this, it's pretty absurd. So we come around.
that is Melissa. Melissa, I don't know about Melissa IT degree. She says she get that, and they never put her for Minister of Information Technology, apparently. Well, then again, when you look at that, they take out the Minister of Health and put him in finance. They take the engineer and put him in for health. I mean, you know, why is the point of going to school? Huh? What is the point of going to school? You go and do health, you become a doctor, and they tell you no. Go and do finance. You know, they're accountant, you know, but go and do finance, man.
Just to show you how the state of play is right by.
Kudos to guys. Give this video a like, man, for Mr. Henry Schilling for definitely showing us. It's not like we don't know it's there. You know, sometimes we don't pay attention to that because we are so busy trying to survive in the nature of the Caribbean, you know, that we don't pay attention. So kudos to him for doing this out of his busy schedule right there.
The entrance to your thing, because this is where probably the most visitors enter Dominica, more than the airport. This is the ferry terminal. And
That's
in terms
true.
of pure numbers, more people arrive in pure numbers via this.
And keep in mind, brothers and sisters, I remember, if you guys saw my video when I left Dominica, and I was stating to you guys that I have only one individual collecting tax. Imagine you have to pay tax to leave a country. They're making sure you contribute something, eh? You're contributing something. If you just come and you go, brothers and sisters, you're contributing something. So you're paying tax on your income tax, brothers and sisters. When you check it, well, let me go and take a little vacation. You still have to pay more money before you leave.
Into Dominica, mostly from other Caribbean islands, but there is still more arrival.
Brothers and sisters, Dominica has one of the highest departure taxes there. $74. Interesting, they tend to give you a slip that mark $45 on it. It marked $45 on it, you know, brothers and sisters. A yellow piece of paper they're giving you, mark $45, yet you're paying 72 or 74, whatever, 70 something dollars to leave the country.
Here than at the airport, and as they arrive, you will note, just as we showed you over here, this is again one of the classic buildings, and it is in ruin and it's empty. This is the only building of its kind left in the Caribbean. This is called the Brbptv building because this is, you can notice from the film that there's a gap between the buildings. That was an empty yard, a space. Right? And so this is where slaves, when the slaves were brought in to the island,
And that's where they were sold.
here. And this was the administrative center to log them, etc., etc.
So I'm guessing there's a basement there as well. I did not know that.
Here, this is
It makes sense though. But of course, you know, another empty building in Roseau. You know? And I'm guessing these buildings are going to be bought up by non-scared individuals.
And then from here was a wall. There was a total wall, as you can see they've added. But all in there is empty space. This is where they would be kept. You know, in a huddled mass, right?
At least the building are painting on it, okay? Hopefully somebody got paid to do that. At least there's painting, you know, some painting of sorts to make the place look nice. Even though, I mean, you come in, you know, and you're seeing, you know, broken down houses and stuff. But at least the paintings are there, not true? You agree with me, brothers and sisters? Even though you come in and you see house looking, wow, nice scenery, yes. You know, you get to see some paintings, cinco cubanos, 5 Cubans, just go justice for Dominican, okay.
Has passed the first place, the earlier place.
Nah, they forget that pin. They should have pinned that one, but it probably so rugged that even if they paint over it, it will look the same. So maybe the person check like, you know what, let me just leave it there. You know, empty buildings.
For sale. And so we're gonna make one like small round, and then we will end the program for just, this is maybe 25% or maybe 30%.
Sorry about that, guys. Let's continue.
25% or maybe 30%. 30% of what we really have to show in terms of this grand problem in Roseau.
That's another building now, I'm guessing. This is another building that has, you know, been abandoned, it looks like. Guessing this one as well. Okay.
And so, if we'll just go up here, you will see that you can start seeing from the galvanized.
Yeah, that area.
Almost this whole block, which as you can see is 2 blocks from the terminal and 1 block from the market, the produce market. And then you have empty lot.
Yes. Well, you know that empty lot is necessary. You see that empty lot? That's for trees. You know, it's hot in the place, brothers and sisters. It's for trees. Yes, progress. No, we don't forget progress. It's sustainable development right there, brothers and sisters. When you're creating the trees, so the trees can definitely provide what? Oxygen and you can't get shelter. Maybe you can come by it, but it might be so hot that if you go by this thing, it might be, you know, you might be hotter, you know. Yeah, so oxygen. Oxygen. And the packing, you can pack there, not true? You can pack. Maybe if the sun on the other side and the sun hitting, so you're kind of little shade there. But I think the sun must be more up than on this side, you know.
More maybe 70%, 75% of this street here. And then look at this.
Oh, wow, nice design, you know.
And not only does it go there, now you can see across the street there's another empty building, and next to it is another one, and next to it is another one.
Yeah, man. More empty buildings, and there's another empty one, I think. There's another one there too, okay.
But this...
There's workers building, okay, well, that's good. At least workers occupying a building, as you know, that's a good thing, not true?
One,
yes, and that's an empty one there.
It goes again down this whole street.
So that is okay. You should plant some guava tree inside there so people can pick.
You know, you'll get the shot better inside and out here.
I guess that's a place for trees.
All of this is just ruined. All of this whole street. Which should be...
Look into that building. Big up Bolo one time. Get your hot dogs. Another Bolo.
It's just ruined.
That's another building there.
Not only does that...
The whole block. The whole block.
Down that street and that street, but it continues all the way around.
The whole block.
So that that house is empty, unused. Right, so that whole street is a ruin. And then when you just look across the street,
of course, next side,
there's more ruin.
Okay.
And so we'd like to
progress. House for bush. You know, houses for bush, brothers and sisters. Bare bush. What you need a house for people and business? What is that now? Houses for bush in Roseau, brothers and sisters. That is the ideal thing. You know, you get some oxygen, extra oxygen in the place. Yeah, botanical gardens, you know what? Forget botanical gardens. Houses for bush.
End here, you know, of our first small tour of Roseau, to let you know that this is really a calamity. I mean, how does nobody notice this?
Well, apparently not. Because human beings are conditioned to go and do certain things and don't worry about what is happening outside or externally. If there's nothing, if they don't have CO there, they have food there, they don't care. But they realize the impact that is having on the environment that of which you're living in. A lot of things could have been progressing if there was opportunity. There's a lot of potential, but very little opportunity as a result of the government. I was going to say something before government. The ruling government, yes. As a result of the ruling government, society is constantly crashing. You think back in the day we could see all these, brothers and sisters? You think back in the day when I was a little youth, you think, when I used to, boy, when I was a little boy, brothers and sisters, and he went to Roseau. Roseau felt, you know, a little thing. Picard was the best, brothers and sisters. Picard was hands down the best. But as a little boy, Picard was developing, you know, and what have you. Then you come to Roseau and you feel like, wow, you have to dress in your nice clothes and, you know, so forth. Man had to come in their best clothes to come Roseau to do what? I don't know. To go around, walk around, and maybe do some shopping in your best clothes. Right now, Roseau looks like a bare ghetto, and the places that are empty, more ghetto than the ghetto of ghetto Roseau. Brothers and sisters, can you imagine that? Hey, the capital city that there. The capital city, or the town, is not a city anymore, brothers and sisters, a town. The capital of Dominica that there, Roseau.
There's nothing being done about it. This is insane.
There's nothing being done about Roseau itself. Nothing is being done about Roseau. The vibrant cities are non-government supporters. Salisbury and Marigot. These are the vibrant cities of Dominica. Imagine that. The cities that are not supporting the government are the cities that are doing the best in Dominica. The best. It's not joke I'm making now. Do your research for yourself.
And we just wanted to bring your attention to it. I mean, you make your own. Maybe it's not insane. Maybe it's the way to redevelop. But I just want the Dominican public to know what's going on in Roseau. Like, is this what we want? I won't make any judgments, as I may think it's not appropriate, but it's up to you.
Well, you don't have to make judgments, no, brothers and sisters. It's just like when people tell you, boy, do not judge. Boy, it's not good to judge people, boy, all these kind of things there. And we judge every day. If you go and sit down on the chair, brothers and sisters, without thinking that you're going to fall, you already judge the chair and judge that the chair will hold you up. Until you fall on the chair, then you realize, boy, I should have checked the chair before I sit down on it. Everybody judges, brothers and sisters. We see the buildings out there. When tourists come and they say, boy, what is that now? When the man come down and talking about his experience in Dominica, can you fault the man for that? He might have his certain ways and saying, boy, you know, certain things, but he's saying what he sees. He's not the only one that came to Dominica, you know, and wondering what on earth is going on. And Dominica, that has more light than all the other Caribbeans, brothers and sisters, the Caribbean islands, is doing one of the worst. We are competing with St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Dominica. On all you? No, okay, well, that's fine. I'm just here to tell you guys and show, of course. Show as well, react to videos and show you guys, hey, look at what's going on. Are we doing anything about it? No, yes, maybe, not sure. Or you're waiting for somebody else to do something about it for you. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Henry, for showing us. Hopefully the people of Dominica realize what is going on. This is the capital city. The capital of Dominica that day. The capital. Or maybe these buildings have been abandoned by people who realize Dominica is going down the drain and it's going to get worse. It's unfortunate that I have to be saying these things. It's going to get worse, brothers and sisters. Those of you who can leave, leave. It's unfortunate that I'm saying these things. The government is doing absolutely nothing but pimping you. Pimping you? Yes. The government is pimping you. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts, man? At least it's Friday. Click the thumbs up button. I would appreciate that. Click the like button. Subscribe and turn on that post notification after you click subscribe, brothers and sisters, so be notified when I drop all my videos right there and then. That's interesting that subscribe after you click. Anyways, you get the point, brothers and sisters. Click subscribe, click the bell, and click all, so you be notified when I drop my videos, as well as helping this here channel to grow further and further in that regard. It's about mistakes once again, guys. Thank God I'm finally back up. Be real, brothers and sisters. Be positive.